I'm going to demonstrate a dog's nose to you now. Start off with some white pencil. This is for the highlight. And there's also a little bit of light in here, just a spot. And then we're going to use a light grey, and this is a cool grey, just to go around that white. Doesn't matter if you interfere with it. The fact that we put the white on means we can bring it back if we have to later on. And also just here. Now we also need to put it in, but not quite so strong, in the other areas. And then with the mid-grey, you go straight away into the nostril. Shape that like that, and the same with the other side. Now you can't see much of this on the other side, but it's just a hint like that. Now I would suggest what you do is immediately use a dark colour. Now this is Payne's grey I'm using, and you'll see the sense of that in a minute. It looks very dark compared with this, but you'll see how I work it out. Okay, now we've got that dark colour in, we can come back in with the mid-grey, and this time start to shape the nose. Just go on over the line. If you're using my line drawing, you'll be able to go over the line with that, and then just draw around the nose like this. This just gives you the shape that we want, and along the top. Not too strong there, just a very light application, like that. And there's a centre area here, a little division mark, so put that in as well. And what I would do, because we're almost certainly going to lose that when we bring the grey in again, just put just a little bit of strength in there. That's all you need. Now to fill it in. On the top, we've already put quite a strong light grey under cushion on it. But down here, it wasn't quite so strong. Therefore, the grey that I'm putting on now will register just a little stronger. You see the difference between the two. Now, you notice that I'm using round circular movements. This provides us with two effects. One is that it pushes the colour into the paper very successfully, and two, it gives us a texture for the nose itself. Dogs' noses are got little pimples around over them, and now what I've done there is I'm talking away and not explaining to you, but that light that I put in there, now I've lost the other side. Let's just put a little bit of light back in the other side. You can re-establish the light at any time. Like, for instance, if you want to put a little bit more light on there, you can. Yes, they have a texture to the nose, and if you can achieve that, it's really attractive. You see how I'm helped by the paper itself. The paper I'm using is our own ombre paper, sand colour, which has got a tooth running. You probably can see that tooth running, and you can use that tooth. Great effect. Now that's the second stage of the nose. Now the third stage is the difficult bit. We're going to go in with a 181, which is a Payne's grey, but just before that, again it'll be wise, I'm going to use a black here just to do the nostril again, because once this 181 goes on top of the nose, you'll start to lose the nostril. So just put that little bit of extra depth down there, and maybe re-establish that line there. it safeguards the fact that when you use this dark colour, you're not going to completely lose the detail. And then you go back over the same ground that we did when we used the grey. Just go around the edges. It does take time, but it's worth it. Like that. And then round here. Don't want very much along the top because I want that to be quite light. Okay, now, once again, we already gone over this area once with the bit grey. So don't make it too stark, but down here we want it to be just a little darker. Once again, using the round circular movement. Now you see what I mean by going around that nostril. If I hadn't put the black in, we'd have found that difficult to find the detail again. Once again, it's not very strong, just a light touch. Now, if you have got one of these folks, which is a colour shaper, you can use it. You don't have to use this, but it does serve to smooth down some of the colour. Now, I'm not just blending willy-nilly, I'm kind of dabbing at it. A little bit like when I use the pencil action. And what that does is it just pushes the colour into the paper without smudging it too much. Now you see I completely lost that line. Well, completely, I know where it is. And I'm going to put it back again as well with the black. See how easy it is though, you've got to be careful. And now I'm going to use the black on top of this. And this would seem quite hard, but it works really well. Now we don't want too much there, I want to keep that quite light on the top. But just there we need it to be a spot darker. Go back over the nostril again. And then you can now look at the way that nose is coming up. Give that little bit of light there and that little bit of light here. Retain it. And when you get to the bottom here, it can be just a little stronger. But I don't really think, folks, we need to go any stronger than that. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Just to finish off, it's a good idea just to put just a little bit of light back into the top of the nose using the white pencil. And another thing you can do is you can just fuse, using the white, the area between the nose and the top of the snout, like that. Let's bring that back just a little touch with the grey, and there we are. I wouldn't do any more. Leave that alone. No need to do any more to that. Just maybe just pick up a little bit of light on the bottom here with your white pencil. Just touch there. Now, that's the end of the nose sequence. However, if you bring back in your 181, I'm going to also show you how we can do the mouth. And also, just here, there's no point in using the grey, just use, that's the mid-grey, just use the 181, just to darken the area, just there, because it would create a little bit of shadow. There we are, something like that. Now that looks really, otherwise it would look too much striking between, too much of a striking contrast between the nose and the white snout. Okay, now because I said I'd do the mouth as well, I'm just going to finish off using the white for this area of the mouth. And it comes up to, but don't go right up, just leave some of the paper showing through there. And you'll see the sense of that in the tick. There we are. Now the white, the grey, this is the mid-grey, can come in here and just put into, no point in using the lighter grey in this because it's quite a strong tone. And do it the way I've done it. Now what we're trying to do is to create a hair effect, like the white hair and the grey mouth should look like that. And we can bring the white back again in a minute. Okay, now here it's slightly different because we can then drag some of the grey over the top of the white. Can't do it here, but we can do it here because it's a shadow. Okay, and what about down here? Well, what we've got to do now is close that up a little bit more because that grey has got to peter out. So you can go on top of the white, just here. You see the difference? And if you've got the 182, which is the ochre, you can also use a little bit of ochre in here as well. It just adds a bit of colour. You can also put it up here into that grey. There you go. Now, 181 can now be put into the mouth. And same idea again, we want these hairs to at least start the ball rolling with the hairs by pushing the grey up into that area and then just pulling it back over there. Don't think we did anything else in there. That's fine. One other thing we can do is we've got some little whisker holes. Put a few in. Like that. Oh wait, don't worry about the other side. Oh, that's fine. And then we can bring a little bit of the white back in to soften that. Now in that white, I've also included a little spot of ivory. And just a touch of pink. Ivory was 102 in the Faber range, and this is the pink. Now, in a minute, that will almost disappear, but you probably just can make it out up here, where I previously applied it. That's lovely. And with a nice sharp white, you can then bring the whiskers back over the top. And to do that, we need to turn it round. Now, by using a nice sharp wet pencil, you can then go back over these areas I was talking about earlier, where we started the ball rolling by putting the dark into it, but now we can just bring the light back. Like that. And turn it back the other way again, and there is our finished nose and mouth. I hope you've enjoyed that. There are other demonstrations on this animal, including the eyes and the ears and the background, so be sure to look out for them. I'll see you then. Bye.